Well, it's beginning of the second week in November, and the Camaro's still not in the shop for rear brakes. The 66 is still not in the shop for the rest of the metal work on the front suspension because we ran into a little problem. The truck is in the shop again. First time in 5 years that it hasn't had any lights on the dash lit up. It actually has heater and air conditioning, but now we ran into a little problem down here. You can see there's a bolt up there, and I'm pretty sure that's not supposed to be there. And my ring gear is all chewed up. Found all kinds of stuff laying down in the bottom. What happened is the bolt on that cap right there broke. And rather than going through all the trouble of buying all the new parts and then having to have the rear axle line honed, thought it was probably in my best interest to get another rear end. After looking around down here in South Carolina for a while, found that everything pretty much has 300,000 plus miles on it. So I found this on eBay out of Minnesota with 143,000 miles on it. But being from Minnesota, it's a little bit rusty and crusty. So I think what we're going to do today is take a little bit of time with a wire brush, some spray paint, see what we can do about getting that cleaned up and painted up. I'm going to throw it underneath the truck, take all of the new parts that I put on the other rear end with all the brakes and everything, and put them on this rear end. While I was cleaning things up here, I flipped the rear end and noticed it looks like it might be a little bit wet right here. That pinion seal might be leaking. So I don't know whether I'm just going to put this thing up in the truck and run it for a while and keep an eye on the level, or if I'm going to pull that yoke off of there and replace that seal. I'd really rather not pull this rear end apart. I kind of need the truck to drive and haul hay. So I'll have to think on that for a while. Okay, so I got things pretty well wire brushed. Just getting ready to blow it off. Maybe run a tap in those holes to make sure that I don't have any problems when I'm putting my straps for my U-joint back on. And taking a look at my axle seals, it looks like the one down here, I don't see anything leaking. It looks like it's nice and soft. So I was happy to see that. Kind of expecting to see the same thing down on the other end. And I came down here to find this. And what it looks like to me is someone has replaced these bearings, not gotten them in all the way, and never even bothered to put an axle seal in it. So it looks like the truck's going to be in the shop a little while longer. I guess I'm going to have to pull that cover off and pull that axle out and see what I can do about getting that fixed. And as long as I'm doing that, then I might as well fix that leaky pinion seal. So I'm on my way to the parts store to get more paint for the rear end. I'm gonna bring you along for a little cruise. It's a nice Sunday afternoon, and it looks as though we've got a little bit of traffic. Hope everybody's okay. That's generally a sign around here of somebody bumped into something. I imagine all of you have sat in traffic before, so I don't figure you probably want to watch me doing it. Well, I called that one. Not sure if you're able to see it, but it looks like somebody forgot to stop when somebody else in front of them didn't forget. I hate when that happens.